Tisk, tisk, gentlemen. Tisk, tisk.
There he is.
I'm glad someone recognizes that.
Hey, my best friend.
You got a better connection today than last time, Jason.
What's that?
All right, we'll call this regular, the scheduled session of fiscal court into order on December 17th, 2020. And I would like to start out with the invocation by Magistrate Tom Ellis. Tom?
Thank you, Judge. Let's all bow in prayer. Heavenly Father, this being our last fiscal court meeting of 2020, please be with us and guide us. In a normal year, we would all be celebrating our faith, perhaps Christianity or Judaism, through the Christmas holidays and Hanukkah. But the joy has been taken out this year for many of us with losses and concerns over the ongoing worldwide crisis with COVID-19. We pray for deliverance from this scourge, and we pray that as we end the year 2020 with much sorrow for those around us who are suffering, we pray for relief, Lord, from this virus. And we pray equally here in America for all of our first responders, our healthcare workers, and all around the world for our troops whose dedication and sacrifice allow us to breathe free. Please guide our work today and into the new year. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
And if everybody will join me in our pledge of allegiance to our flag, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands,
Stand.
under God, liberty, justice for all. All right. As we move right along, we're going to entertain a motion to approve the prior meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion, we approve the prior meeting.
Motion made.
Second.
Jamie?
Jamie seconds.
Okay. All right, but motion made to approve the minutes by Magistrate Short, seconded by Magistrate Gay. Discussion, comments, corrections.
Yes, Judge, and it has to do with an important issue that you raised down in Dwayne Campbell's section on that first page on Constitution Square, where in the second line you mentioned the material cost being less by 10% with your recommendation. Then 4 lines down, it says the savings on the sidewalks allows. I think the language ought to say would allow, pending Dwayne's finding out just how that can be done, having the cooperation of the vendor, for he or she may have never used that before, but I totally agree with you, Judge. And I think in that, because this is a circumstance where we're replacing a danger, and we need some accountability in the contract with that vendor, that if these bricks start walking around as they've done for years on Constitution Square now, that he or she would come back and remedy that situation. I know that all does not go in the minutes, but it's a part of the concept of working with the vendor.
Okay, what language on here do you feel like needs to be changed, Tom?
The only thing that actually needs to be changed is midway in the 4th line under Dwayne, the savings on the sidewalks would allow for repair.
I guess I'm not quite the English scholar that you are, but I understand would allow or allows. Is allows more?
My only question is, can we really change the meeting minutes like this? I mean, I understand that language is in there, but maybe we have Ann check to see what the wording was.
I would agree with that. Allows offers the grammatical concept that that determination's been made, and the vendor probably, we don't even know the vendor yet. So if it was said as would allow, grammatically, that makes it accurate because no negotiations have taken place on this material. To say allows says that it's already been determined.
Okay. I just think that we need to not stray. I mean, you know, and putting commas in or quotations in is one thing, but if we're going to change the whole meeting minutes, we can't really do that because, you know, to impart different words is not really what the meeting said. We need what was said in there to be in there correct, not interpretations is my only concern.
Then I would leave it the way it is, but make sure the message gets to Dwayne on how serious it is to try to get that savings.
Okay.
Understood. We're gonna leave it the way it is. We have a motion before the court. We'll do a roll call vote, starting with Magistrate.
Yes.
All right, let's see, we have, Magistrate Cullen,
Yes.
Magistrate Salmons,
Yes.
Magistrate Kaywood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
and Magistrate Short. Yes. Passed unanimously, so the minutes are approved. Next,
Thank you.
we want to make some budget transfers. Oh, we gotta pay bills. Is Mariah on, and we need to get Mariah on with Ann, yeah. Bear with us just a second.
There she is.
There she is, okay. All right, Mariah. Go ahead. Your mic off. Your mic is off. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so the bills to be approved to be paid total $2,821,895.32. And the standing orders total $405,330.32.
Did everybody hear that okay?
Jamie moves we pay the bills as presented.
Motion made by Magistrate Gay to pay the
Second.
bill is presented. Who seconded?
Cullen.
Cullen seconded, okay. Any discussion, questions, comments? All right, voice vote, Magistrate Gay,
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen,
Yes.
Magistrate Salmons,
Yes.
Magistrate Kaywood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
Magistrate Short.
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen. Now we will move to make some budget transfers.
Okay, we had a few more budget transfers normal. The first couple there for from the elections field. One was because we got the judge new desk so that Julie could have a desk. Go to the next. You'll see that it's the same stuff with the jail. Just COVID salaries and COVID supplies has been has ran through the reserve on that. So I've come up with a plan for us, but that's what the budget transfers are this time.
Jamie moves we approve the budget transfers as presented.
Second. Motion to approve the budget transfers presented by Magistrate Gay, seconded by Magistrate Short. Any discussion, comments? Roll call, Magistrate Gay,
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen,
Yes. Sorry.
Magistrate Salmons. Magistrate Gatewood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
Magistrate Short.
Yes.
All right, but the transfers are approved, budget transfers approved, cash transfers.
Two cash transfers are, from the general fund to EMS and from the general fund to the joint jail, both for $120,000 apiece.
Everybody hear that? Okay.
So moved.
Motion to approve the cash transfers to joint jail and EMS for 20,000 apiece. Is there a second?
I second it.
We got just short seconds. Discussions, comments, questions? All those in favor, roll call. Magistrate Gay,
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen,
Yes.
Magistrate Salmons,
Yes.
Magistrate Kaywood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
Magistrate Short.
Yes.
Passes. Thank you, gentlemen. Next, well, on the consent calendar, we will hear from Mr. Mike Rogers from EMS. He's online.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Court. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. We just need to adjust the price on the Zoll monitors. The court approved 140,000 and it came in slightly under at 139,540 and 68 cents. So it was about $459.32 cheaper. So we just need a motion to adjust that price.
I'll make that. Always glad to adjust down.
I'll second.
Magistrate Gay.
Cullen.
Okay, motion made by Magistrate Gay on the Zoll monitors, seconded by Magistrate Cullen. Any discussion, comments, or questions?
This also had been presented and approved by the EMS committee when it met last.
Thank you, Magistrate Kaywood. Thank you. All right. Roll call. Magistrate Gay,
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen,
Yes.
Magistrate Salmons,
Yes.
Magistrate Kaywood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
Magistrate Short.
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen, for that. Thank you, Mike. Anything else?
Thank you, Judge. No, sir.
All
Thank you all.
Have a good, safe day.
Too.
We have our distinguished county clerk, Trille Bottom, online. Trille, you're on. Your mic is off. Your mic is off.
Thank you.
There you go.
Good morning, Judge and court members. I'm presenting the 2021 County Clerk budget this morning. The only change, significant change that you will see is in the benefits package in the expense side, where I have taken on the payment for insurance, retirement, all those different employee benefits. So that has significantly, I can say that, increased our expense side. We didn't know what to expect last year from the revenue that we were going to receive from the increase in fees for the recording department. It was significant. And so this budget is going to be an experimental budget to just see how we do this year with our fees, because right now we don't know. Anything can change. The motor vehicle side was very good this past year with revenue. Next year it may change. Those, sales may go down. People may not buy new vehicles. So it's a challenge trying to find a happy medium where everything works. But we have what we think is a good budget for 2021, and we're going to go with that. And then there's also a salary cap order. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
There's two separate motions that we need to entertain, I think. Do we just, on Trille, do we just have to acknowledge receipt, or do we have to approve your budget summation for 2021?
Both will have to be approved, the budget and the annual salary cap order.
And the annual, okay, salary cap.
I'll make the motion to approve the budget, and Trille, thank you for your work on taking on those other areas and incorporating those into your budget.
Okay, so we have a motion by Magistrate Gay to approve the clerk's budget, seconded by Magistrate Short. Questions, comments, or discussions? Roll call, Magistrate Gay,
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen,
Yes.
Magistrate Salmon,
Yes.
Magistrate Kaywood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
Magistrate Short.
Yes.
That motion then passes and approved. Thank you. And for the second, entertain a motion on the salary cap for the deputies and assistants.
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Magistrate Short,
Kaywood second.
Magistrate Kaywood seconds it. Questions, comments, or discussions? Roll call, Magistrate Gay,
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen,
Yes.
Magistrate Salmons,
Yes.
Magistrate Kaywood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
Magistrate Short.
Yes.
That motion also passes. Congratulations, Trille. Appreciate your presentation on those.
Thank you, and I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy, and all new 2021.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas to you as well.
Thank you.
All right, next on our agenda is County Administrator Julie Wagner.
Good morning. The first thing we have is your annual meeting schedule for the 2021. This also serves as our official notice to the press. So make sure you mark your calendars. I believe the judge will be issuing the committee assignments probably in early January, which is.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, so.
I'm willing to discuss new vision changes, updates, should you want to talk to me about those. Go ahead.
All right, second thing on the agenda is the finance department restructuring. As you know, I've been talking about this, that our finance department is under a tremendous strain to accommodate all the workload. We'd like to reassign the duties, first of all, that Laurent had when he was under our employment. I'd like to shuffle duties. Keegan and I have worked on this spreadsheet and reworked it to balance the workload among the team. So everybody in the finance department would have some new duties. Lawrence, the first focus will be catch up in collections. And I think I've said that we've got to get our collections improved. And this will certainly help us with that. Lauren's departure did leave us unbudgeted or unspent money in the budget. So to accommodate the additional work that we're going to be shuffling around, we would like to ask for your approval for $15,000 from the assistant treasurer budgeted item to compensate the following employees. And I can read their positions and hourly rate if you would like that.
That would be good for the record. Why don't you go ahead and read those in, Julie?
The tax administrator rate would bump to $24.21. The tax administrative assistant is at $14.27. Administrative assistant is $15.95. The fiscal court clerk is a little bit different. That's a stipend, and that would be at $9,000 starting in January. The finance officer is at $14.79, increased hours onto her schedule, and the payroll officer at $20.78. And all 5 of these positions would share the extra work, and there's going to be some cross training and reassignment of duties.
I'll make the motion that we reallocate that money as described or as presented.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Magistrate Gay and seconded by Magistrate Short. There's one additional caveat that I would like to add to that be effective immediately. Was that said and I missed it? Okay. Is that okay, gentlemen?
What was the caveat? I'm sorry.
It'll be effective immediately.
Yes, that's good with my motion.
It's fine with me.
Good with both motion maker and the second. So any discussion, comments, or questions on the motion before the court? There being none, we'll do a roll call. Magistrate Gay,
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen,
Yep.
Magistrate Sammons.
With my vote, I'd like to congratulate, Julian coming in and helping, start getting things in order like we should be. Yes, I vote.
Thank you, thank you. Magistrate Kaywood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis.
I too would like to echo Magistrate Salmon's comments. Julie Wagner's done an extraordinary job on this and several other things that have come about in her short tenure with us. And I vote yes.
Thank you. Magistrate Short.
Yes.
Passed unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen. Helping enhance the county's efficiencies and our effort to improve on our tax administration and finance department.
I just want to say, this was a partnership between Keegan and I, and so it was a great team effort to try to dig down in there and figure out what needed to be done. So while I appreciate your comments, we also need to recognize that Keegan put a lot of time into this too. So we couldn't have come up with these numbers without him. So
Thank you, Higgin.
thank you, Keegan.
I would also like at this point for everybody on the court and everybody watching this court proceedings, that I am extremely pleased with the staff that this courthouse has right now, from top to bottom. And I said this in a staff meeting yesterday, that this staff is aggressively designed to improve its efficiency and operations at every level. And this is just one little snapshot of that as we move forward. And we had a great staff meeting yesterday, and you're gonna hear more good things later on in this court session that the staff is helping to provide to the public. So thank you for the team that is assembled here.
I'll go ahead and report on the countywide business license. I expect I'll have something for you, if not the first meeting in January, for sure the second. And that also pertains to the noise language too, just not to steal Chris's thunder, but both of those are on my desk and being worked on. So hopefully at the meeting in January, you'll have all that to look over.
Any questions or comments about that?
Sounds good.
Thank you.
It's
No,
not-
thank you very much for
I
that.
would,
Excuse me, go ahead,
I'd
Chris.
say that I researched Danville's ordinance, and I mean, they do have a specific one for exempting, you know, dog barking and so forth. So, but I mean, with that, you have to have a sound enforcement officer. So, I mean, if that's something, if we're going to have, that would be another employee that we would have to hire, I guess, or delegate duties and so forth. So I think that the business license is probably the way to go. I think that would be best. But if you guys want, I can email you the highlighted part of the noise ordinance of Danville if you wanted to review it.
I think it'd be good to do that, yeah.
Chris, would it be possible to add
Yes.
those duties on the Humane Society director? Or
I mean, I guess
animal
it
control
could. You
officer,
could delegate it to the
say?
magistrates. I mean, there's lots of different people you could delegate it to. So,
Well,
Chris,
yeah. Is this your report that's in F that you're giving now? Or are we going to talk about this in F? Is that yet to come?
That's yet to
oh, I
come.
mean, she was talking about the ordinance. I just thought I'd throw it in there while we're there. So, I mean, I don't know if there's anything really new to say, to add after that, you know, other than just what I've just said. So,
Well, I've requested that this report be sent to all the magistrates at the last meeting. And I thought it would be in our packet, but I didn't have it in mind. I don't know if anybody else got it. But they need to read the Danville ordinance fully and understand the part that pertains to the dog barking. And since we're on this, I will go ahead and say they need to drive the territory. They need to see the relationship of residential to the kennel. And I think they'll better understand the difficulty for the neighborhood if you see it, you'll understand it a whole lot better.
John, I drove by there again last night, and I've never seen so many lights. I mean, it's got to disturb the neighbors just with the lights.
There's a lot of disturbance out there, lights and other things. We have a bad situation out there, and since we're on this, we have a difficult situation for the neighborhood, and we have to do something about it.
Okay, so, Chris Herron will send out that city of Danville language to every magistrate and myself, today. Is that right, Chris?
Yes, I mean, the ordinance is like 7 pages, but like the first 2 pages are the ones that are applicable to the dog noise. So I don't think you guys need the rest of it. So I'll send those out.
Yeah, Chris, you're correct.
Or-
They probably only
It's
need
hard
the
to
first
forget.
part. The ordinance is long, and just that it pertains to the subject that we're talking about is all that's necessary.
Would the magistrates rather me just leave a copy at the judge's office to pick up, or would you rather me email?
I'd rather
Email it.
I can up here.
You could,
Hey,
I
mine-
would prefer to
hey,
get
mine-
an email.
Just put
See
it in
mine
the
in my
box.
box. I want a hard copy. It's the Salmon's.
John, how about
Okay,
you?
I kind of,
Wait a minute, let me do a roll call for this for you, Chris. Wait a minute. Jamie Gay wants email.
Email.
Jason Cullen,
Email's fine for me.
email. Salmons wants a hard copy. Kaywood,
Email's fine.
email is fine.
Well,
Colin,
email me a copy too if I don't want to be different. I don't want to be, you know what?
I'm with you, Phil. I'll take a hard copy. This is Ellis.
all right.
Okay.
Salmons and Ellis hard copy, and Shorten to pick his hard copy up while he's here today.
yes.
So if I count correctly, 3 emails,
4 email, 3 minutes, yeah. 3 emails. Three.
Gabe, Cullen, and
Kaywood.
Kaywood, and the other 3 are pickups.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you. All right, next we have any questions of Julie White? She's on the clock. Okay, next we have Shannon
No,
Greene.
sorry, Judge. No, I think this has been echoed, but I really just want to show my appreciation to Julie for everything that she takes on. And I think when I met with her the other day, I often feel bad how the workload that she has, but she manages it really well. So I greatly appreciate Julie's addition to this team. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Shannon?
Good morning. There are 2 comp time agreements for you all to approve.
I'll make that motion. Jamie,
Second.
to approve both.
Jamie, a motion by Magistrate Gay to approve the comp time, paperwork, and seconded by Magistrate Short. Discussion, roll call, Magistrate Gay,
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen,
Yes.
Magistrate Salmons,
Yes.
Magistrate Kaywood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
Magistrate Short.
Yes.
All right, thank you. That motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, next, Shannon.
With the COVID vaccine coming out, we would like to add that to our HIA procedures that we give incentives for. So I ask approval for that.
I'll make that motion to approve that. Add.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the HIA incentives. Magistrate Gay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Magistrate Short seconds it. Questions, comments, or discussions?
Judge, I have one question that I just thought
Sure.
of as Shannon talked. Are we going to require our employees to take the vaccine?
No, sir. We're not gonna require it, but I'm gonna strongly encourage it.
Okay.
Yes, and I think that
You know-
adding that incentive helps with that.
It does.
And it may help with that, but it will not be a mandate right now, unless I'm trumped by a higher authority. It will not be mandatory, but it will be strongly encouraged at every level.
Yes, thank you.
Does that answer your question, Mr. Kaywood?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I appreciate it. I just, that has been discussed in the press, and I just didn't know what our position would be. But I felt like it was worthy of throwing it out there to see.
I don't know legally, you could require it,
Well,
maybe.
And I agree with you, but like I said, I just thought we needed to be sure that if someone asked,
I think
we knew how we
I
were gonna
think we
handle
all lined up. I think we all lined up first and set an example.
Bill, that's your opinion.
We can discuss that another time. We have a motion
Yep.
before, so, if there is no further discussion on the motion, we'll go roll call. Magistrate Gay,
Yes,
Magistrate Cullen,
Yes.
Magistrate Sammons,
Yes.
Magistrate Kaywood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
and Magistrate Short.
Yes.
All right, next, Shannon.
Last thing, we request approval of the reappointment order. Proposed wage increase beginning January 1st, 2021.
I'll make that motion. Jamie?
Second.
Who seconded that? I didn't hear that.
Ellis.
We have a motion before the floor to approve the proposed wage change. Somebody's got mic on, something noisy, but for wage increase for 2021, starting January 1. Any comments, questions, discussions? Roll call. Magistrate Gay,
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen,
Yes.
Magistrate Sammons,
Yes.
Magistrate Kaywood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
Magistrate Short.
Yes.
Passed unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Shannon. All right,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Chris Herring, your spot on the agenda. Anything you wanna say in addition to what's been said?
No, I mean, I think I covered, but I'll be working with, Julie as she, researches further the business license and to see how we can potentially incorporate the noise into that business license. And I mean, if we do that, I think we ought to do other things. Not only sound, but smell, sight, just other senses too, just not just strictly go with noise. So I think it should deal with other things if we're going to, instead of just specifically go for one thing if we're going to do it. So that's all I would say.
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry, Chris, this is a really tricky thing that the more that we start adding on to this thing, the harder it's going to be, and especially for our farmers and other people. I know there's a few issues out there, but we should look at trying to handle just the few small ones instead of trying to blanketly over nanny the whole county. And my idea on this whole business license, and something I've been asking for over a year, is if this could fall under possibly with the building inspector, they might. I think that kind of job goes hand in hand. So anyway,
That's fine. Whatever you guys tell me to do, I'll do it. So.
Well, on a couple of these issues, in particular with the potential for a business license and a noise /nuisance ordinance, I think we may next year in January consider having a special call session just to discuss these two issues. if we have enough pre-information before that time to make sound input off of data that we can gather. Does that sound like something we might be of interest?
I agree.
Yes.
Kay Wood here. Do you think KCO would have anything that may help us as we discuss this issue?
Yeah, quite possibly, John, and I'll have either myself or Julie cue them and see what we can find out in their archives or somewhere.
It may just give us some guidance, and maybe some other counties who deal with this may already have something in writing that would we might consider incorporating into whatever we do.
Just a matter of record, what I will also ask Julie and I myself to do is just as a note right now, is to query the KCJEA and put through Vince Lang's office a inquiry on how other counties deal with such topics.
Well, the one thing to consider before we do all this is, and Chris kind of brought this up, any extra things that we do here are going to require extra employees. So we need to make sure that this is in the forefront of the finance committee, because do we have the funds to continue to pay additional people, especially when some of our employees are a little underpaid in some ways. So,
Jason, I actually have tentatively worked that into the finance department plan. It's sort of a line item in the duties. If we go that way with the license, I think we can work it in there without hiring somebody else. So I think
that's fine. I'm more worried about if this becomes like we start, creating like a lot of responsibilities, then it's going to take more than one person. So that was my take on it. So.
Okay.
To be continued.
Yes.
Get out of hand.
Yeah.
All right. Moving right along. Next is Treasurer Keegan Hinkle.
Hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
How about that?
You as well, and thank you for all you're doing, Keegan.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Keegan. And we'll go around with committee reports. Who wants to be first?
I do.
All right, go right ahead.
Ronnie, you may have to help me on this. On December 1st at 2:00, Magistrate Short and I met with our people at the Animal Control Office, and met with the new employee, which was really impressed with him. And Ronnie thought I asked too many questions, but I came away with knowing his whole family. The young man lives on Boyle Lane, which all of you are familiar with Boyle Lane out of Pearl. Real impressive. And my question was, with a guy with a degree in elementary education, why would he want to be with handling a bunch of dogs? And he answered that satisfactorily. And we learned that they didn't have an animal out there, not a one. Everything had been adopted out, and the building was very clean. People had good attitude. Ronnie and I were impressed. At 2:20, we adjourned, and that's the end of my report. I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second it.
Motion been made to approve the ACO animal control report by Magistrate Salmon, second by Magistrate Short. Discussion? Roll call approval. Magistrate Gay.
Yes, I'll approve it, and also say that we, my wife Ricky and I, and today's our anniversary, by the way. We adopted a puppy. We adopted a puppy yesterday, and I think we might have gone crazy, but you'll see me walking back and forth down Broadway a lot now with our new puppy.
All right. Magistrate Cullen.
So what are we doing here?
We're approving the animal.
That's what I thought.
Report.
Yeah, no, approve.
You get off.
Yeah, approve.
If you get off that cell phone, pay attention. We'd move along faster.
Magistrate Salmon.
I'm just glad somebody's keeping you awake there, sir.
Magistrate Simmons.
He's probably got his pajamas on.
Magistrate Simmons, you approve of your own report, but
Yes,
we'll,
yes,
we'll
yes.
pass vote. Magistrate Kaywood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
Magistrate Short,
Yes, but the young man we hired was named Elias Eldridge.
Oh, I put that in my notes. I forgot his name.
all right, okay. Next report.
I'll do
Okay.
the EMS committee.
You gonna
EMS
do
committee,
EMS?
met-
Okay, go ahead.
EMS committee met on 12/7. Present were Mike, John Wesley, Dr. Grant came, and we were very glad to have him, and myself. Major Wesley gave a report on the fleet. We may be over budget for the year as there has been more repairs needed than anticipated at the time we did the budget. This is just an FYI for the court, so there's no surprises at the end of the year. We are dealing with a fleet that is beginning to build up miles as well as age. Due to the increased number of runs, the time to sanitize truck after every run, the increased paperwork because of Medicare and Medicaid, hospital overflow, KBEMS requirements for COVID patients, and clusters or emergency runs, we are having to staff a surge truck to help cover all of the runs. This is having an effect on the employee morale as well as an increased cost of the EMS operation. Select medical continues to be considered and plans are being put together. If it looks favorable, a medical attorney may become involved to review plans and to offer advice. This would require some additional cost. Every aspect of what if would be considered. The court approved the Zoll monitor's cost of $140,000. The cost actually came in a little under that by savings of $459.32 under the budget. Meeting was adjourned. Move for acceptance. And Jason, I will put this in your box and let you sign it.
Thank you, sir. And I go ahead and second that motion.
Motion to approve the EMS minutes and been made by Magistrate Kaywood, second by Magistrate Cullen. Discussion? Roll call, Magistrate Gay,
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen,
Yes.
Magistrate Simmons,
Yes.
Magistrate Kaywood,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
Magistrate Short.
Yes.
It passed unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen, for that report. Next.
Jail committee?
Well, we'll go, Tom, just a minute. We'll go with solid waste because the Magistrate Short had spoke up just before you did shortly.
Fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, our solid waste committee met on December 1st, 2020. Present was myself, Angie, and Phil Salmons. One thing we discussed was a new hire for the convenience center floater, which was Jenny Upton, which we met her, I think, the last meeting, wasn't it? And we also discussed the changes we was making at Portland and Mitchellsburg, changing the days that were open because of some that retired, and that was approved. And then we also talked about recycling and repairable. We're thinking about doing a tar dispute, place where people put tars this next year. We've got a grant for that. And then we closed our meeting at 2:15, something like that. Move for approval.
Motion to approve the solid waste minutes. Magistrate Short, is there a second?
I second it.
Seconded by Magistrate Salmons. Discussion? Roll call, Magistrate Gay,
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen,
Yes.
Magistrate Salmons,
Yes.
Magistrate Boyle,
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis,
Yes.
Magistrate Short.
Yes.
Thank you, it's been approved. Okay, Magistrate Ellis, your detention center report.
Thank you, sir. We met, and I want to thank Magistrate Gay for setting us up in a virtual meeting. Much appreciated. We met on the 14th at 10 a.m. Those present on the call were Magistrate Gay, Jailer Wolford, Deputy and Captain Holderman, and myself. We began with a report from the jailer on our overall count at that time, 70, Boyle, Mercer 22, State 66, and 9 classified as other. It's important to update you all on that because there was media interest in it following the meeting, and we assured them that while the count subsequent to the meeting had gone down from 29 in a report that they had earlier down to, I believe it was 9, that would be something to be concerned of over the future, and within days we were back up to 19. That did not come up in the meeting, but I wanted you to have that update. Right now, we have a new working relationship with the food service. We're using styrofoam that is disposable immediately after, once again, for the COVID conditions. And we've worked out an arrangement, actually, the jailer has worked out with an arrangement where that was going to be an additional cost that the vendor is now going to handle on their own. We inquired about the morale. It remains good, and that's because of the leadership. There is a tiny leak left in the report that you've gotten previously on that one section of the jail where there are no inmates on a regular routine basis, but that's all that's completed on the roof repairs. We discussed the worst case scenario of staffing were we to have an influx of a number of inmates plus staff who had COVID, and our jailer will be talking to those who he knows well through the board and throughout the state of the 78 jails to see how we might be able to accommodate either their needs on staffing or ours. That's something that I briefly mentioned to Keegan about a cost area that we could incur where we would have a worst case scenario at our jail. I'm excited that our jailer was also able to secure only for the transportation cost another 3,000 masks. We have an ongoing problem with our aging jail. The breakers have been going out. Electricians will be there looking at that. Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention that since we went virtual, we did notify the local media, both print and radio, that we were going to be virtual. The discussion began about keeping the idea of what enhancements or ideas we'll have in the future for the conditions of our detention center. We talked about the possibility of vaccines being available to the inmates and to jail staff. I think that could be a priority, and I plan to call Brent Blevins to see if we can get in a list of protocols so that we can be somewhere toward the top if, in fact, our inmates and our staff were to agree to have the vaccine, provided that we could make it available to them. We also discussed in that, just as we did 20 minutes ago in our meeting here, that we would not be pressing for mandates on that. Total staff at this time is 38. I would like to close the discussion of the meeting with currency by saying that we would have, we just have to praise our jailer, his leadership in keeping watch and cleaning and disinfecting all throughout the jail, cooperation of both staff and inmates to keep the count of COVID-19 down. And if you would put a report into the box, then we can sign it when I come back in. I move for acceptance of the report.
Second.
Motion made by Max Zeller to approve the detention center minute, committee meeting, and seconded by Max Gay. Discussion. Roll call, Max Gay,
Yes.
Max Cullen.
Yep.
Max Simmons,
Yes.
Max Kaywood,
Yes.
Max Ellis,
Yes.
Max Short.
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen, for that. Next committee report. Okay, there being none, we'll go to new business, starting with Max Gay.
I have no new business. I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And our hope is in Christ. And that's what we all should be celebrating. That hope is still alive and well.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Magic Cullen.
I just I had a thought the other day that as I was driving around this beautiful county we have, especially the 4th district, we've got some new businesses that are not new businesses, but we've got some expanding businesses. And so if you've been out to Stanford Road, you'll see McAfee's, really doing a nice job kind of getting that area prepped. And they've got a nice brand new building out over there. And then just down the road, we've got my friends at Choice Contract or Construction have done a fine job on the building that they've purchased, and it looks really nice out there. So I appreciate all of our business owners that are really doing a great job in taking care of their businesses. And it's a hard time right now, but we're all trying to get along as best as possible. And I do also want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. I'm grateful to serve with you gentlemen and ladies. You are all doing a great job. And I'll echo what Tom is saying on as far as our jail goes. They're doing a great job. But, our deputy jailer, he stepped in there when our jailer was out. So his great work is appreciated as well, as long as, all of our directors. So be safe, everyone. Have a great Christmas. Remember the reason for Christmas, and I appreciate you all very much. Thanks.
Thank you, Magic Cullen. Very well said. Magic Simmons.
I'd like to echo what my little buddy there said. I'd like to wish everyone a happy and Merry Christmas and a safe one. And I hope next year will be better. We've had a good year considering everything, and next year will be better. We'll be vaccinated, and I look forward to serving with everyone for another year. So stay safe.
Same to you. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Magic Kaywood.
Thank you. Just a couple of things. Did we get the John Rouse proclamation?
I have spoken with John Roush, and I still have it in my office. So, Jamie, what do you have to report on that?
Yeah, I've caught up with him as well. And he said, what we can do is I'll look at the weather forecast, and maybe we can get a pretty day coming up. We can all gather and take a picture outside the courthouse and get that handed over to him sometime soon. He's appreciative, and they've been traveling, visiting family and stuff, but he is in and out of town. He said, just reach out to him. I told him we'd do that and try to find a pretty day and make that happen.
Well, he's very deserving, and I want to be sure we complete that mission.
Yes, sir.
Ron, I was sorry, but I totally understand they have every right, but I was sorry to see that Junction City decided not to be with EDP anymore, but that's certainly their right to make that decision. I just hated to see it, but that's the way things go. So other than that, just Merry Christmas to everyone, and Merry Christmas to all of our staff. They've done a wonderful job. Hasn't been an easy year, but we're going to draw this to an end and start out the new year with new ideas and start to put an end to this COVID situation, I hope. So Merry Christmas to everybody and their families. Thank you.
Thank you, Magistrate Wood. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Magistrate Ellis.
Yes, sir. Another part of our meeting with the jail staff and a very important proposal from Brian Wolford is that somehow we provide dinner on Christmas Day and the day after for the 14 people who will be on duty on Christmas Day and the 14 the next day. In that discussion, I volunteered that I will certainly be happy to contribute to that. The jailer said that he would like for us to talk with Magistrate Cullen to see if he would be willing to handle the catering for that, for reimbursement that we've come up with. And I heartily appreciate Magistrate Cullen's willingness to handle that in discussion with Brian Wolford. I would like to enlist the help of any and all of you with personal dollars, nothing coming out of tax dollars, but with personal dollars to help the jailer who's going to kick in, myself kicking in, to fund that so that we can show the greatest appreciation by this fiscal court with our own contributions to a Merry Christmas for those who are doing such a valiant job in our detention center.
Count me in.
Thank you.
Count me in.
Thank you.
Thank you, bud.
Great.
Yeah,
I'll give you guys a great deal and I'll kick in too.
Good.
All of
we'll be there.
Let's just prorate it out, and whatever it is, I'm in.
All right.
Number two, Judge, I assume that we're not holding any of our committees out there in the public, delaying anything in terms of the nominations that will come forward for the slots that are open. And I guess we all need to get with you to help you to know our sentiments on anyone to, I believe Julie's given us all the list of the open slots. And I guess, will we handle that in the first meeting next year?
Well, they're available right now. We will send that out, but I would like to make, I think it's one, if you get that off my desk. I'd like to make one that we discussed last court session, and that I mentioned it. I didn't get any additional input. I would like to recommend Dickie Mays to be reappointed to the Parksville Water District Board.
I officially make that motion.
Second.
Motion made by Magistrate Ellis to reappoint Dickie Mays to the Parksville Water District Board, and that was seconded by Magistrate Gay. Let's do a roll call vote on that. Any discussion? Magistrate Gay?
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen?
Yes.
Magistrate Salmons?
Yes.
Magistrate Kaywood?
Yes.
Magistrate Ellis?
Yes.
Magistrate Short?
yes.
There is one other name I would like to put forth. I don't know that I've asked around and I am perfectly fine with the nominee who has been, it would be a reappointment. I would like to renominate Martha Kaywood to be our representative, citizens participation on the Bluegrass Ad Board. She's been very involved, very active, and very committed, and doesn't miss anything going on.
I'll make that
I like
motion for you.
second. I second that.
Motion made by Magistrate Gay to approve Martha Kaywood, seconded by Magistrate Salmons. Discussion. Roll call. Magistrate Gay.
Yes.
Magistrate Cullen.
Yes.
Magistrate Salmons.
Yes.
Magistrate Kaywood.
I think I probably need to abstain.
Abstain noted. Abstention noted. Magistrate
I think you should vote yes.
Yes.
Ellis.
I'm the one that drives to all these events, so. No, she'll be happy. She's, thank you all for your support. She's enjoyed it and she has worked hard at it. I have to say that. So, but probably, for the record, it'd be best I abstain.
Okay, no, so duly noted. Magistrate Ellis.
Yes.
Magistrate Short,
Yes.
that appointment is confirmed. Thank you for that. Short, your
I have
time.
more, Judge.
Excuse me? You
Judge,
have more? Is that what you said?
Judge, I have more new business.
All right, go ahead. We
All
almost
right.
made an hour. We almost made it out of here in an hour. I was looking for it.
Yeah.
Tom, we're not gonna make it.
Save your new business next month, Tom. It'll hold.
It's too important. I reported to you in late August the serious situation at Brumfield and 34, a remote section of my district, where everything from wild parties to drug dealing was going on land owned by CSX. CSX confirmed that it is their property, and over weeks of negotiation where Dwayne, the judge, and I were included, the state came out with us as well. In a couple of phone calls and memos this week, CSX has agreed to fence that property off, gate it, and give the judge keys so that we can have access. They will be mowing that property, which has been mowed by private farmers out in that area. So they're taking more responsibility, and we want to thank CSX for that. Dwayne and I will be meeting with their contractor to do the fencing. We'll be meeting hopefully on Wednesday of next week. In terms of animal control, I'm so appreciative that both Magistrate Short and Salmons mentioned Elias Delbridge. We had a horrible situation out here on Perryville Road where a semi had to nearly crash into several vehicles because of a very large dog that has consistently gotten loose. I want to compliment Elias because he gave a second notice yesterday to the owners of that dog, and the owners have now decided that they will find another home for that animal. We could have had a serious, if not fatal, accident out here with that one incident, but that animal has been out time and time again on Perryville Road. So thank you, Elias Delbridge. On animal composting, I'm very happy with Angie's committee, and we had a bid process just a couple of days ago in the quarters where we all meet for fiscal court. We have the potential of a couple of bidders, and ideally, and Judge, you might want to speak to this, we will be opening bids on January 15, and in a best case scenario, by the end of March or early April, we will have resolved a great financial circumstance to the county taxpayers by having a contractor lease land to us so that we can operate animal composting on Boyle County land.
I really, Tom, I appreciate that you saying that, and you're exactly right. I don't have anything to add. We're in a process of trying to put the county in a very positive posture of economically benefiting both the county farmers, our agriculture community, and our workplace that has been historically provided for them. So the processes are under review and seeking improvement. But thank you for that.
And one more compliment, because Julie Wagner's workload is increased by every one of us. And on this important issue, she was very, very helpful and astute in the design of the bid process when Angie turned over that information to her so that we could make it very technical and appropriate, so that when we're doing this job, we will do it right and under the certified guidelines of the Department of Agriculture. Beyond that, Godspeed to everyone. Merry Christmas. May the COVID-19 be in the rearview mirror soon. And all of us, God bless your families and Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you and Merry Christmas. Magistrate Short, bring us home.
I'd like to make a comment on the animal composing that we're looking at for renting property. Me and Angie, we discussed that last month sometime, had a very long discussion, which was what we was going to do with this. So I tell you, she stepped up. She's done a good job.
She's amazing.
For the county. She is amazing. So I'm giving her credit.
Oh, it's on.
But anyway,
You okay?
No.
No.
Somebody's mic is on, you need to unmic, mute, so go ahead.
thinking back on this year, it's been extraordinary, isn't it? What has gone on in our country, just in our county here alone. I was thinking about how God has blessed us, how God has protected this court. We've had COVID all around us in our families and stuff, but no, I don't know if any of us has had COVID. And I thank God for that, for his protection, and for all the new hires that we've hired that's in our committees now. I'm looking forward to this next year, what we're going to get accomplished in this county. And it's going to be great things, I believe. But I pray God's blessing on all of you, your families, this Christmas season. Let's don't forget what this is all about. And once we get to that place where we forget, then we've lost our hope. And that's all we can, sometimes we can stand on, is the hope that we have in Jesus Christ. But everyone have a Merry Christmas. I'm looking forward to see you next year. And Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
I'll turn it back over to you, Jeff.
Appreciate that very much. Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you. I have a few announcements. I would like to start out under new business. I would like for you to hear a report by our distinguished Emergency Management Director, Mike Wilder, on a couple of areas of particular interest to him. And so, Mike, you got the show. We don't need to take all day to wrap it up.
It'll be brief, Judge. Thank you for the time, and Court, thank you for, just want to start out by beginning to thank everyone for calls and texts and cards and food, and most especially prayers for Jonelle and I during our bout with the COVID. And now more important is my battle with cancer. Kind of give you just a little quick background. I've had 2 rounds of chemo, actually finishing the one as we speak. They can send chemo home with you now. And I'm finishing my last dose right now. I have 5 to 6 hours at Markey, and then an additional 3 hours at home. Since the COVID put us behind a little bit on the start of chemotherapy, I opted to shoot both barrels and to see how I could tolerate it. So I am actually taking the strongest dose that's humanly possible. After some conversation with the judge, our plan at least 6 months ago, was I was going to take my retirement at the end of the year of 2021, December the 31st. Right now, that is still my plan. All of this certainty is subject to the path of my health. Knowing that my entire life's been kind of focused on death, the experience of having pancreatic cancer is not quite foreign to me. I know it doesn't have a very good track record as being curable. So as I progress with 1 foot on a banana peeling and 1 foot in the grave, please continue to keep me in your prayers and my family. And should there be other updates, we'll be glad to bring them along. That's kind of the way it is. I'm working every day I can. I don't intend to do anything differently. I want to wish everyone happy holidays and be safe. That's the main thing. And I think I've got some encouraging news other than the doom and gloom that I just gave you, but we're going to make that work as well. So after conversations with Brent Blevins yesterday morning and again today, we have a tentative schedule to begin vaccinations, provided we have the product. Today, we do not, we're going to get a final number. Hopefully, it will be shipped and we will have it soon. But we are going to be given the Minerva vaccine, which is a good thing, as opposed to Pfizer, simply because of the cold storage facilities that we do not have. We should know a number by tomorrow or even late today as to what we will have. Again, tentatively, we're going to be using, and we give a big shout out to the Boyle County Board of Education. Hopefully they will pass tonight, or did last night, the use of the Woodlawn Gymnasium to use for our initial testing for our first responders. Again, tentatively, we're going to start with on Tuesday, the 22nd at 9 o'clock with EMS, fire service, sheriff's department, police department, and any other first responders that we need to move in. We're going to do that in sections. All of the inoculations will be done out at Woodlawn. Brent has got a very good plan for that to be set up and how it will work. And we're right pleased with how that's going to happen.
Hey, Mike, can I interrupt you real quick?
Sure.
Where does the jail personnel fall on that list?
Well, and again, that's a question that the judge asked me yesterday afternoon, Jamie, and I did not have an answer for him and had not had a chance to talk to Brent. I do not know the answer to that. I think they have to be, the thing that happened was one of the things that the governor moved the teachers from a tier below up to a different tier, which kind of made things a little more complicated as to see where people fit into the scheme. But Brent, I know we'll have information on that today. I do know that for a fact. So hopefully,
thank you.
He'll give us some.
And Mike, this is Tom Ellis. Well, earlier you may have not have been on with us, but talking about our jail, we did talk about the protocols, and I'm going to write as soon as we adjourn to Brent to ask anything he can do to boost the protocols for both the jail staff and the inmates.
I agree 100%, Tom. Brent, I feel for sure we'll have some guidance on that. But again, my main concern is we know about these dates. We've got them set up, and provided that we have the inoculations, we will start doing that on Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. Now, a lot of concern has been for long-term health care, nursing homes, assisted living, what have you. The state, and you may already know this, has contracted with CVS and Walgreens to actually do those type of inoculations there. The health department will have to be involved in that to a degree, as seeing that the product is there. But as far as the inoculations, as far as we're concerned, will be done by CVS and Walgreens. Again, please keep in mind, and we say it 1,000 times, this is all on the board and it's tentative. And as you very well know, as we've seen in the past, things can change within an hour's time. So other than that, Judge, again, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and the best of health for you and your family for the year. Thank you.
Same back to you, Mike, and thank you. I appreciate your attitude for what you're going through. I appreciate you staying engaged on your professionalism and on your business that you have before you. And I can only wish you and your family absolutely the best in every regard. And I'm just pleased to call you a friend and tickled that you are dealing with your situation as best as possible. Thank you.
Things could go, I'm doing very well right now. I've tolerated everything well, but you very well know, and every one of you I know have had dealt with cancer. It can go south pretty quick. So we're taking it a day at a time. Lots of prayers.
Okay, thank you so much again.
Mike, we will request prayer for you at our church. That's all right.
That's fine.
All right. Next, I talked with the mayor of Paris yesterday, and I would like for y'all to put on your calendar that he and the city commission are going to be hosting, along with the city manager, a discussion on an economic development roundtable at City Hall in their chambers there on 7 January at 11 a.m. I was asked to extend an invitation to the entire fiscal court. 7 January, 11 a.m., roundtable discussion on economic development. Okay? In closing, I would personally
Judge,
like
can I
to
say
add-
something real quick?
Please go ahead. Yes, go
Okay,
ahead, Chris.
I just wanted to also wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a
sorry
Happy New Year.
I didn't intentionally mean to pass you by. I'm sorry. Please take your time.
That's fine. It's hard when we're not in person. But yeah, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And as my family in Hawaii says, Mele Kalikimaka, which means Merry Christmas in Hawaiian. Tomorrow's a big day. Yeah. Tomorrow's a big day for the Boyle County Rebels. They're going to play Franklin County in the state championship. So got my Rebels gear on today. Want to wish them the best and bring home another championship to Titletown. And just the last thing, my aunt died 2 days ago. It's my dad's sister, and just keep my family in your prayers, please.
Thank you, appreciate that. I'm sorry, I did not mean to skip over you, but you did steal my thunder, because I was going to congratulate the Boyle County Rebels for their tremendous year, right here in my notes, and wish them great success tomorrow night at Kroger Field at 7 p.m. And their program, I want people to know this. I heard this on the local radio station, HRNZ. Boyle County Rebels, if I remember correctly, have been to the state championship finals 11 out of the 20 years from 2000 to 2020. At 11 years out of the 20, they've been to the finals. That's pretty daggone impressive. So congratulations on an outstanding year. Bring one more victory home, and we are proud of each and every one of the coaches and the players. With that,
school.
And the school, absolutely. With that, I'd like to offer my wishes for a very, very peaceful, joyous Christmas. And like Magistrate Short said, let's all remember the reason for the season. And the less commercial we can make it and still have fun with our families, enjoy the company of being together. You know, the gift part of Christmas came from what the Magi took to the Christ child in the manger. That's why there's a gifting season. So let's don't forget that. And I wish you a blessing of prosperity, good health, and safety in the new coming year for you and your families. And I appreciate each and every one of you. It's an honor to serve with you. And we're going to have a better 2021 than we had in 2020. All right. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
I make that motion.
Motion made by Magistrate Short, seconded by Magistrate Sammons. Dwayne, I see your mic on. Do you want to say anything in closing?
I'm just going to say Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Merry Christmas to you, Wayne.
And we'll just do a voice vote on adjournment. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Hey.
Stand adjourned.